So that's ChallengerFest 9 in the books. ChallengerFest 2018 is complete. We've wrapped up the event, actually headed back to Nashville. This year I thought I would do a little behind the scenes and show you what actually goes on as we prepare and put on the event. So stick around and see how it worked out.
Got it.
They just said if we cut auction off at like noon on Saturday, but I said that's not. I told John to verify with you, but I don't think that's an option. I think we got to have the ability for someone to bid live there on Saturday night.
That's what I would do. I mean, we can handle it however you guys would like, but the Racing for Vets charity auction does take place Saturday night, so all the other items will be there. I think it'd be great to have the car as part of that.
I didn't like the idea of cutting off early because, it's always been the Saturday night thing. So they said, they've got the requirements for the website and everything. So it's going to be Monday morning before, we can verify the funds and transfer everything.
So I came home from work today. We had a surprise. Part of getting ready for ChallengerFest is making sure everything gets ordered. And these are the ChallengerFest wristbands. I do these because I always think people might want a souvenir to take back with them. Purple and black is going to be for driver, and black and purple is going to be for the spectators. And these are pretty nice silicone wristbands. I didn't want to do the cheap paper ones because they're just cheap. I wanted to do something nice for the event, and as long as I'm running things, this is what we'll get. So today we're getting the certs ready for all the winners at ChallengerFest. I have to print them. Some of them need trimming to look right. And then we'll get them packaged up. And these are my two helpers today. So if you end up with a dog hair on your certificate, apologies in advance. And now we're getting all the certificates lined up and packaged. And there we go, $12,000 worth of prizes all packaged up. And as we get close to the event, there's a lot to do. It's just a little bit before 5 a.m. and I'm cross-checking the race and car show trophies against our classes to make sure they're accurate before I place the order, make sure it gets here on time. Okay, so we got our wristbands in, we got our box ready to go for registration. I've got the prize packages all labeled and put into envelopes, organized that way. We picked up our tech cards from the track, we're ready for that. And we got our 50-50 tickets. All that's left are the event t-shirts, which will be here tomorrow, and the trophies for all the race classes and car show, and those will be here the day after that. So a lot of organization goes into an event like this and a ton of time. Okay, I just got called. The ChallengerFest 9 event t-shirts are ready. I'm gonna go meet the folks and pick them up. They meet me at an exit right down the street from my home, which makes it nice and convenient. It's a local company called Blue Dog Merch out of Nashville, Tennessee, and they always do a really good job. The shirts are always high quality. They put everyone's name on the bags. They fold everything up for me, make it nice and organized and easy for me to hand them out at the event. So really appreciate everything they do for me. We'll get this. So these are the t-shirts. The only thing left really are the trophies. They'll be here tomorrow, and then we just got to get packed up and ready to go. Trophies are here. When I got home from the gym today, the trophies have been delivered, so we're going to unpack them and cross-check to make sure that the labeling and everything is correct on those, and we have the proper order. And then we're going to organize the event t-shirts and get those boxed up and ready to go. And then all we got to do is pack up. Okay, so we cross-checked the trophies. They're all correct. So now we're just going to package them up and get them ready to go to the event. And when I'm ordering trophies for ChallengerFest, I don't just order whatever the cheapest thing is. I actually order trophies that I would want to get. And for the next few days, I'll be living my life by lists. Okay, we got our ChallengerFest 9 pre-order t-shirt list. And we've got them in order alphabetically so that they're quick and easy to pick up. Should I check the weather? No, don't check the weather. We're a week out. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the weather. It's going to be great. Well, this is it. We're getting everything packed up and ready to go. Headed to Bowling Green for ChallengerFest 9. All right, so we're headed up to Bowling Green, ChallengerFest 9. I always get excited when it's time to put the wristbands on. We got beautiful weather. It's about 75 degrees and perfectly sunny. So we're gonna have a nice, easy drive up. So I don't know what the chances of this are, but we've actually come across another couple headed up to ChallengerFest on our way there. They're coming out of New Orleans. It's Chuck and Lisa. They go by Bayou Tiger and Bayou Tigress online. And they actually helped me quite a bit with the event. We're like stuck in traffic and boom, we look over and there they were. Okay, we just got into Bowling Green. We're going to swing by Beach Bend Raceway and have a quick chat with the track personnel and hopefully catch Mr. Dallas Jones there. He's the owner-operator, just to chat about the weekend and kind of get a game plan together. So that's where we're headed before we go to the hotel to kind of relax. All right, so it's day one. We're headed to the track, ChallengerFest 9. It's about 7:30 in the morning. We're gonna go over and get set up at the gates and we get everybody through.
about 4 or 8 cars.
I mean,
Need to be like $500 a month. It'll be 8 miles. You gotta start managing your lane. You gotta crawl 1 to 330. So we just had a full day of drag racing at Beach Bend Raceway as part of day 1 for ChallengerFest 9. The weather's questionable tomorrow, so we ran all the race classes today. I actually personally made more passes on the track than I've made ever, I think, even going to a track for a test and tune or at ChallengerFest. I think I made 7 passes today, which is great. Everybody had a blast. I think the staging lanes were actually empty towards the end of the day. People had made so many passes down the track that they were worn out. So now we're headed back to the hotel for the car show. We'll see how that goes. So here's the ChallengerFest 9 Racing for Vets Charity Demon. It's on the property. We're going to auction it off tonight at the awards ceremony. I mean that whoever makes the winning bid on the Demon will receive the official harness bar that was originally designed, courtesy of Parker Bender, All Angles Design, to go with the car. You can powder coat it.
37 days. And this piece actually comes with a letter from the mother of the Marine who made it. And in the vein of no crying, I'm going to have somebody read it who can get through it without doing that. So,
in the making of this Afghan, I thought about who it would help by donating it to Racing for Vets. Racing for Vets doesn't just help veterans and their families. They help families of our active military personnel. I know this because they have helped me and my family adjust to my son starting his career in the Marine Corps. This Afghan has been my biggest honor to make because of who it will help and support. Racing for Vets has been a group of people to get to know and to see work and to see the work that they do. I hope this keeps you warm, knowing that it was made by a military mom. Thank you for supporting Racing for Vets with your bid. Thank you, Dale Chambers.
Have $1,000 up front.
How many days was it they did?
37.
$3,700.
I have $3,700. Going once, going twice, sold.
So ChallengerFest 2018 is in the books. Our 9th annual event has been wrapped up. I'm headed back to Nashville from Bowling Green, Kentucky. We had a fantastic event, great weather for our racing on Friday. Everybody had a good time even though the weather didn't quite cooperate on Saturday. But luckily Bowling Green is a entertainment-rich city. You got a museum, you've got go-kart racing, you've got Mammoth Caves, there's distilleries where you can go and see how whiskey gets made. So a lot of activities for folks to do. Even though the weather didn't turn out like we wanted it to on Saturday, we still had a phenomenal car show and great weather Friday night. So all in all, a fantastic event. I'm headed back home. We'll get unpacked, get the car cleaned up, and in a couple of months we'll actually start preparing for ChallengerFest 10th annual event, hard to believe, 2019. And ChallengerFest has really become almost like a family reunion for me and Mrs. Speedy. We look forward to seeing all of our friends that we've made over the years. 9 years is a long time, so you start getting to see familiar faces. I'm glad a lot of the same folks come back, still have their Challengers or Chargers or modern Mopars, and they come back to enjoy the event. You start putting, at the beginning we would know people by their car, and now we can actually start to recognize them by their name and then also their car. So it's kind of a cool dynamic how all that works out. And one of the really great things is ChallengerFest is a very social event. It's not just all about racing. You have the car show where people get to, hang out and sit around and talk about cars and tell stories and catch up on their families, how everybody's doing. That's one of the real things I focus on for the event, is it being social and everybody helping each other if needed at the track. I saw competitors who were actually racing against each other in race classes, swapping parts if needed, so that their opponent could actually keep running. And that's exactly the personality I had hoped the event would have when I started it 9 years ago. And it's worked out, and it's just a really good time. So I'm actually already looking forward to 2019. I can't wait. So the charity auction turned out great this year as well. We set a record. I don't know the exact number because I haven't done all the math, but it's close to or a little bit over $30,000 that we were able to raise for racingforvets.org. Being able to donate the Demon, that was phenomenal. I expected it to go for a little bit more at the end. I think the total was $106,000, but obviously the charity got a special price on that car as part of that donation from the dealership. And so I think they made a little over probably $16,000 just on that. And then all of the other items that we auctioned, we had one of the veterans in the program actually is a woodworker, and he made some really nice Demon. They kind of look like coffee coasters or coffee table coasters, and they had the Demon logo embossed in them, and they were painted and they were perfect. I mean, the lines and everything were very exact. And each one of those, I think there were 8 or 10 of them, and I think each one went for $150 to $200, and so those brought in some money. But in the end, a little over $30,000, and that's awesome. That's a record for ChallengerFest collections for racingforvets.org. So that's it for ChallengerFest 2018. I hope you enjoyed seeing what goes on behind the scenes as we put the event together. I'm already looking forward to 2019. Be sure to hit my website, www.speedysgarage.net. I've got links to Facebook and Instagram there. And if you want to see the follow-up, I'll post up the pictures and articles and all of that, obviously on the ChallengerFest Facebook page, as well as ChallengerFest.net website. So that's it. We'll see you out there.